Alright guys, part 2. Now it's time for the clear coat. Again, this is the UPOL urethane clear. This is nasty stuff. You really need to wear a mask. At least one of the paper ones like I have with the little mini filter on the front. What I'm doing now is tacking off the car and getting it ready for clear. Tacking it just gets off any last minute little nibs or anything that could have gotten on the bumper. Fortunately, this is a really calm day. I had all the tarps surrounding the booth, so nothing was blowing at me or anything. What I just did there is I made sure that the nozzle on the clear coat was spraying at a vertical rather than a horizontal. And now here's the first coat. Just like the first coat that I did with the base coat, I don't want complete heavy coverage. I'm trying to go for just something enough that every coat after that has something to tack onto. Another thing, when I say paint booth, I don't really mean a legitimate paint booth. This is more like a shed that I can paint things in it. So, not for anyone to sit there and say, hey, you're not in a real booth. Kinda yes, kinda no. Okay, so here is the first coat after it's tacked up for a little while and I plugged my camera in. And now we're going to do the second coat. You can already see it's starting to shine just a little bit. I believe I'm going to put on another 3 coats of this stuff. So that way when you go to color sand it, you have enough to knock down to buff and polish it. Now notice the second coat, I'm starting to go a little bit heavier, doing a little bit more slower passes. Again, always keep the can moving. And clear coat in a can is a lot different from base color in a can because the base color will actually have like that little mixing ball in it versus clear coat will not. One thing you also might want to do, I'm not sure if I mentioned this already, if you are going to be painting at home, make sure your neighbors are cool with it. The last thing you want is to have, someone call the cops on you because you're, spraying nasty chemicals or anything like that. But before it even gets to that point, you want to make sure that whatever area you're in that you're spraying is well protected. I haven't had really any smell issue once you step outside. I think you probably get like maybe a quarter of a foot out and you don't smell anything. So I definitely do my best to try and make sure that this area is as isolated as possible. Perhaps that will be another video for another day. So here you can see that my overlap has become very small, and I'm starting to just really lay it on there. And already it's having a nice high gloss to it. Now for doing a job this size, this is probably the limit of where you would want to take a rattle can. Really kills your fingers. I hear you. So now I believe I'm doing the third coat. Now we're really starting to lay it on there. Now, I'm pretty sure there's going to be guys saying, oh, you should have done it this way, or you should have done it that way, or, you know, whatever else. This is what I have found that works for me using spray cans. It's just my way. It might work for some other people. It might turn out like crap for others. It's just a matter of experimenting and figuring out what works for you. I think at this point I'm trying to eyeball any dry spots, like I just found right there. All right. At this point, it's really glossy, really starting to look nice. It's going to need very minimal color sanding. Okay, so here is the final product. You can see it's got a little orange peel, but that's no problem. It's going to be color sanded and buffed. It's looking really nice. And in part 3, I'll be able to color sand it, and you'll be able to see the final product. Right there, that little dull spot. That's a little dry area. Again, color sand. No problem. All right. Thanks for watching this, guys, and we'll be back with part 3. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Thanks.